Hi, it's Mike from Pro Tools Expert, and last year we looked at the Edward Foleyart instrument from Tovusound. Well, they're back with two new instruments, Edward Ultimate and Edward Ultimate Close and Props. Just to be aware that all the Tovusound instruments work in a full version of Native Instruments Kontakt. So here we have an instance of Kontakt, and I've loaded up Edward Ultimate. And Tovusound have designed this so everything is available in the one window. So let's take a quick tour around the window. We've got two decks. Each one can have a different shoe in it from this drop-down menu. And each deck has its own volume, a mic mix from the Sennheiser 416 through to the Neumann KMR 81. And then from here, you can select the surface that the shoe is walking on. And we've got exactly the same thing on deck B on this side. And then in the middle, there are two controls that enable you to change the parameters using the pitch bend and modulation wheels on your MIDI keyboard. And so this enables you to change the performance directly from your MIDI keyboard. So for example, in a scene, the character might be walking across two different surfaces, and you can switch surfaces using the modulation wheel. So here we've got the deck set up for the same shoe, the dress shoe, but on deck A, we've got it on the second carpet floor, and on deck B, we've got it on the parquet. So now we can play the keyboard and change across from one to the other. Down here, we've got a guide to show how the different footsteps are laid out on the keyboard, and notice that they're color-coded now on the Kontakt keyboard as well. You can also use the modulation wheel to mix, so you can make your own hybrid shoes. So maybe the one shoe is perhaps not quite the right sound for you, but by mixing and combining two different shoes, you can get the sound that you want. Or maybe you choose to have a hybrid surface, so you have the same shoe but different surfaces. With the pitch bend wheel, we can set up different footstep types to the top and the bottom so that we don't have to jump around the keyboard. So here we've got the top set to stare and the bottom in jump. So this way we can have a character run to the stairs, down the stairs and jump, all without having to jump around the keyboard, just using the one key and the pitch bend wheel. But Ultimate is only half the story. There's also Ultimate Close and Props, which enables you to add the sounds of clothes rustles as well as other props like a rucksack in sync with the footsteps. So let's take a look at this scene. So she's got boots on, so we'll select boots for our shoes. And we won't need deck B. And she's running. And she has a sort of anorak on and a rucksack. So on clothes and props, I'm going to choose this windbreaker coat. It's being the closest to, I think, what she's wearing. And then on deck B, I'm going to choose the second rucksack, because this is in an underpass. And so down here, we've got a reverb unit, and we can set it. So let's choose the tunnel and just adjust the size and the distance. So let's put all that together and play the scene again. So all we need now is some ambience, maybe some train sounds, and away we go.
Nächster Zug auf Gleis 3, Linie 18, Schwadorf.
So what did I think? Well, I was really impressed with the original Edward, and these two Ultimate packages really do live up to their name and move the whole process along several jumps. Now, it's fair to say that Ultimate is a jump in price too from the original Foleyart instrument. They've got so many more samples, so much more variety and options, so they really are a very different animal. The care and the quality of the sounds and the thought and design that's gone into the interface is absolutely excellent. like the use of the pitch bend and the modulation wheels to make it even easier to use. And I have to say that if you're doing Foley work and you can't afford a real Foley artist in a real Foley studio, then Edward is well worth checking out.